All right, it is 8 a.m. out here right now. Everything is frosty cold. You can hear the birds and the geese in the background. Here's the tent over here. It even has frost on it. Look at this. It's 24 degrees out here right now. It is so cold. We're about to do the Caminus S wood burning stove test in this little tent right here. This is the Panda medium orange inflatable tent from RBM Outdoors. This is the stove we're going to be using for this test. Again, this is the Caminus S wood burning stove, the small wood burning stove from RBM Outdoors. It's so cold out here right now. My lips are like frozen. I can't even talk straight. I'm going to finish getting this set up, get the stove pipes put together. As you can see, I've got a little bit of cardboard down here. I've got some kindling and some smaller pieces of wood. They need to be smaller to fit inside this particular stove. I'm going to go ahead and take off this heat deflector too so we can see the fire burning through the glass. So you can see that inside the tent here, it is only 25 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and set this down right there so we can keep an eye on it. That's in the opposite corner than the stove. And just as a reminder, if you haven't watched my review of this tent, go ahead and watch that. But this is a 7x10 tent. We've got about a 7-foot ceiling here. Now this tent does come with a clear plastic panel that goes on this side, as well as a clear plastic panel for this window up here, the big skylight. I do not have those in right now. I just want to see how warm it'll get in here without those. If we had those in place, it would greatly help how much it holds the heat in here, and if we had the rain fly over top, it would also help to keep the heat in. But I just wanted to do this test without that stuff just to see how warm it'll get, because I believe in this little stove. So I'm going to go ahead and get some cardboard torn up here. We'll put that in the stove. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of kindling in there. Let's go ahead and get that started here, and then we'll add some of the other pieces of wood, the bigger chunks. Now, like I said in my review of this stove, you have to cut your pieces down to fit this stove because it is smaller than the medium wood burning stove. So it will not fit the regular pieces that you buy like at a gas station or somebody's house along the road, maybe even a campground. That took a little bit longer to get started than I thought it would, but we are burning pretty good now. I've got I think 3 of the bigger chunks in there. All those little pieces of kindling, I think those were a little bit more moist than what I would have wanted because they took a little while to catch. But you can see that it is definitely cooking now. I like to leave this door open for a few minutes until these fires really start going. Then I'll go ahead and close it and leave the damper open. But I'm going to leave that open for a few more minutes here. Yeah, I can already feel the heat coming off of there. And wow, it does already feel warmer in here. Let's go ahead and step outside for a minute. You can see a little bit of smoke coming out of that stack right there. And I haven't zipped this yet, but just sticking my hand inside there, I can already feel it is really warm inside the tent compared to out here. It's funny that this tent is covered with frost. I'm just going to put my hand on here for a minute, let it warm that up, and it'll probably leave a handprint. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that on the screen or not, but it is definitely cold out here. So it's been about 4 minutes since I stepped out here. Look at this. I don't know if you can see along the ridge of the tent up here. There is steam rising. That is hilarious. That, my friend, means that our little tent is heating up. And this stove jack, it is fire resistant. I do recommend using a silicone boot. You can see one of my other videos to see exactly how to install that. Very simple process, very cheap. It gives you a better seal on there and it gives you more protection. Puts an airtight, watertight seal around your stovepipe coming out of there instead of having this little gap here where water and air can get in. Definitely a good investment. So let's go ahead and step inside. Oh my God. It's only been 4 minutes, and it is so warm in here. We are definitely safe to go ahead and close the door now. Get that latched. We're gonna leave the damper all the way open. You can see our fire is burning nice in there. Our temperature gauge is only reading 34 right now, but it is amazingly warm in here. It really is. I mean, this little thing is a monster. I cannot believe how warm it is in here already. We're up to 36 degrees in here, at least that's what our temperature gauge says. But that little thing is putting off enough heat that if you were camping in here, you would be perfectly comfortable right now. Our temperature gauge just jumped up to 37. This little guy is warming it up nice in here. You can see our our wood is burning down. We definitely have space in there to put some more if we wanted to, but it's not even necessary right now. We're up to 40, and seriously, we're going on probably about 8 minutes total in here so far since that fire got started. Up here, it's even warmer. I stood up and the air is like harder to breathe up here. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that heat raises, so most of the heat is up here at the peak, and I was sitting on the ground when I stood up. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is hot. Our temperature gauge just jumped up to 44, and you know what? I'm gonna hold it up here for a minute, just right here, not even all the way to the peak. I'm just gonna hold it right here, and let's see where it goes. I've literally been holding it for 2 seconds, and it's already up to 47 right there. 50 now. It's literally been 1 second since I filmed the 47. 52 and climbing fast. Yeah, what an amazing little stove, guys. I mean, literally, I put that cardboard in. I put the little pieces of kindling that I had that, like I said, I think they were a little bit wet or something because they just took forever to catch. And then I put, I think, 3 pieces of the chunked firewood in there. This firewood back here, 3 small pieces of that. And you can see we're already burning like all the way down. And I mean, it needs no more right now. I am just absolutely blown away by the power of that little thing. We're up to 58 and we're back over here in the corner where it's closer to the ground and it's as far away from the fire as it can be. And I'm literally filming this rapid fire. I mean, we've probably been in here for maximum 12 minutes since that fire got started. This thing is absolutely a powerful stove, and yeah, 59 right now. So if you're going to get one of these smaller tents, or if you already have a smaller tent and you need a heating unit, go for this right here, the Caminus S small wood burning stove from RBM Outdoors. They also make a Caminus M. It's a medium wood burning stove. It's about twice the size, maybe a little bit bigger than that. They do not make a large, but man, I can't even imagine ever needing a large because this little thing does the job in here. The Caminus M does the job in any other tent I have, and I have the biggest ones that they make. It's honestly getting so warm in here right now, my eyes are watering. And again, I have not added any more wood to that than what you guys saw. And like I said, that's without the plastic covering on that window or the back there. I mean, or the rain fly. We don't have any of those things in place right now. And this little monster has it so hot in here, my eyes are watering. You, sir, are gonna be on a lot of Christmas lists this year. So we're up to 59 on this little guy down here. We're going to hold it up here one more time before we finish the test. And literally within seconds, we're already up to 63. Look at that. And it's climbing fast. It is warm in here. I have got to unzip this and get some cool air in here. Oh my gosh. Step outside here and be able to breathe for a minute. That is an absolutely amazing tent and an even more amazing stove. Whew, man. Look, even my head is steaming out here. All right, well, that concludes our test, and it was definitely a success. The Caminus S small wood burning stove inside the Panda medium inflatable tent, both from RBM Outdoors. You can get a discount on either or anything else you want on the entire website right now by visiting the website with my link in the comments below. Let me know if you guys get anything and how you like it. God, I love camping.